Hey buddy, hope you're well. So this is my first check-in after the gyms have opened. Just got back from pool session, absolutely buzzing. It was so good to be back in there, and yeah, it's only any time. It's not like a bodybuilding gym, but it just was so good to be on stable equipment where I didn't think I was going to die. Having the mirrors, it wasn't freezing cold, so absolutely buzzing. Really enjoyed it. Set baseline numbers this morning, so I'd say that although obviously I retained a fair bit of strength using the shed and stuff like that, I still wanted to just have a little bit of caution. But actually, I still hit some what I'd say fairly decent numbers. The only one that I probably overcooked a little bit was on the deadlift on the RDL. Sorry, so I did I can't remember what I did on the on my top set, but 90, which I haven't done in the shed. I've only got up to 88.5 just because the squat rack's not that stable. So I did 90, that felt really good. And for the back off set, which is pauses, I went down to 75. Only managed 7, and I don't know if I could have got any more. I'm super cautious because of my back and because it was a paused set. So I think next week I'll probably drop that down a little bit to perhaps to 70. See if I can get a few more reps, because I know we're not just chasing the numbers. We want to get good reps. But I recorded it, so I'm going to send it over. I'll pop it into the Google Images. Google Images. Yeah, into the images so you can have a look. I also recorded the narrow grip cable row. I used the U or W, I don't know what you call it, just because the narrow grip one was being used. Somebody was using it, but actually it felt like I could get a little bit further back. But I don't know if you want to have a look at that and see what you think. So that was this morning. In terms of the rest of the training week in the shed has been really good. Legs was good. No other issues around training or sort of anything of note. Expenditure, bang on that sweet spot. So on a training day between 7.5 and 10, non-training day between 10 and 12.5, and I haven't gone over and I haven't gone under. So working really hard on that. I've actually got in my notes lots of different walks around here, and like some which I know are between 600 and 800 steps, right up to ones that are 5,000 or 6,000 depending what I need. So that's good. In terms of nutrition, absolutely bang on. I am within a gram of each macro every single day, and that includes things like I track my coconut milk in my coffee, tea in my milk. There's no extra sauces I weigh, everything like that. But actually it's working quite well because I'm still on fairly decent calories. There is a little bit of flexibility. So from a family point of view, I do like to eat with Kate and the boys. So I will start with that and then fit my other food around it. I might need to make some adjustments, but I will still eat similar to them. And obviously prioritising carbs around training and getting 5 lots of 20 grams of protein in, plenty of micros. So yeah, absolutely nailing nutrition. Stimulants, no, but I have got a pre-workout from my protein just because it was on special. It looked fairly decent, and it's called The Workout. Don't know if it's got caffeine in it. It's got like B12 and all the other stuff that's in my intra, so it's got some decent stuff in it. That's actually a question. If it's got the same in as my intra, should I adjust my intra or just double up? Is it no big deal? I'm not planning to use pre-workout on anything but legs at the moment. So in my intra, I have Hydromax, creatine, taurine, beta-alanine, cyclic dextrin, and EAAs. So that's a question. I just have a coffee before I train as well. Digestion, bowel movements have been fine, no issues. Appearance, yeah, buzzing this morning when I was doing my RDLs, and I guess this might have been there all along, or it might just be because the lighting's better and I'm in front of a mirror, but I could really see the definition of my doubts. My body's doing exactly what I expected it to do. I get quite lean across my chest quite quickly and across my doubts. So when I was doing RDLs, I haven't got big doubts. I'll never have big doubts. You know, even though they're relatively strongish, they just don't. They're part of me that don't grow. You know that. But they look like they were sort of rounded. And I guess that's the pockets of fat that's gone. So yeah, that was absolutely made me buzz. And I posed afterwards in the studio, and the lighting in there is really good. I wish I'd recorded it actually, but I'm going to do that every day, because I used to pose every day in the shed after training, but I'm just going to do it in the studio, even if there's other people in there. I don't care. But yeah, I could really see the definition across the top and stuff. Had leggings on, so I couldn't really see legs, but I know my legs tend to come in quick-ish, like quads anyway. So yeah, my body is doing exactly what it always does in prep. Upper abs starting to peep through, but sort of from the top two downwards, still loads to go yet. But yeah, buzzing about that. So that's put me in a really great mood. I'm always fairly up and optimistic and stuff anyway. It's been a really good week. Done loads of adulting. Sounds really boring, but I've got a financial advisor coming to put all my pensions together, all of that sort of stuff. Made some headway with my stepmom's power of attorney, looking into some various financial things. I've never been in a position to do that since got divorced, so it's actually nice to know that my finances are in a position that I actually need to start thinking about what I do for the best, which again, it's just, you probably don't need to know this in your check-in, but it's stuff like that is really helpful for me, because I do, obviously, I've never really had financial stability since I got divorced, and as a kid I had none. So I had a little bit in between when I was married. So I am really conscious of having a stable home for the boys and being financially stable. So it just feels nice and reassuring that that's sort of coming together. And who knows, might even be able to buy a house in the next 2, 3, 4 years. So support and work's great as usual, busy, but it's all good. Sleep, I've actually had 3 100%ers over the last week, so absolutely fantastic. And last night it was only 6.5 hours sleep, but it was 85% because there was plenty of deep sleep. So my sleep's really good. But I'm working on that with self-care and stuff. My only questions for you are, could you either send me a link to a video or explain how I band the leg press? Because it's top banded, and I can't, I'm really shit at physics, and I can't work out how the strength curve would work, because I used to do it. So it was round the back of the chair and then round the back of the plate. So it was like a big sort of O around me, but I don't think that's what you mean. And you told me to get 2 bands. But I can never work out when we're in the shed and Kate's like, right, you need to put a chain on the cable for this. I'm like, I just can't see it. So if you could explain that, that'd be great. And also, I've joined the workout mill 24 hours, just so when I train legs on a Sunday, I can get across there early. But it does mean that occasionally in the week, if I'm around and work makes it so I can get over there. So if I do get over there, shall I just stay as close to my Anytime Fitness training plan as possible, or did you want to write me something for Anytime? But what for the workout mill? But what I will do is, let's say I go to the workout mill and then I don't go for 4 weeks. I will use the same one, so I'm still comparing like for like, and I'll always compare the Anytime Fitness like for like, if that makes sense. And anything that will interrupt progression next week, no. All right, buddy, have a fantastic Wednesday, and look forward to your feedback. All right, take care. Bye.